Racing fans, how's it? And welcome to World Sports Betting Trackside, proudly brought to you by the best in the business. Yes, bet with the best. That's how it is with World Sports Betting, a leader in the fixed odds betting market and number one in the anti-post betting market as well. Well, Trackside this weekend is a bumper weekend for our sponsor, World Sports Betting. Of course, they sponsor the day at Greyville on Sunday. It is the World Sports Betting 1900, and that promises to be a fantastic race. We'll see the return of the Vodacom Durban July favorite for 2019 in Bulgarian, and of course, other big names on the race day as well. But for this weekend show, what we're going to do? Well, we're going to do a treble. Yes, we're going to do a treble, and then we're going to give you the pick six. The winning pick six for Sunday on World Sports Betting 1900 day. Thus far on the show, we've only done two pick sixes, and they've both arrived, so we're hoping it's going to be a hat trick when it comes to that pick six perm, and that will be for Sunday. But I think without further ado, let's get into our Trackside treble for the weekend. And our Trackside treble, we got two horses on Saturday at Turffontein, and we close off with one horse on Sunday at Greyville. Let's begin with the first of our three horses, and we'll go to race number 6 at Turffontein on Saturday, and his name is Perco Manzano. He's trained by Johan Janssen van Vieren, will be partnered by Gavin Larina. Now he's turning out to be a very useful 3-year-old, and he just seems to be getting better and stronger with racing. If you watch his last 2 wins over 1600 meters, he's been super impressive, this Argentinian import. And last time out, I really liked the way he got past those horses. Of course, he beat a horse called Eliud, who came out to win next time out. So that form line's looking bright. And behind him in that race, there were some fair older horses, the likes of Shango, Pack Leader, and even a horse like Riverstown. So he won a really good race, and for his last 2 wins, well, he has gone up from a 98 in the ratings to a 110. And you think that it's getting, maybe getting harder for him now that he's being pushed up in the ratings, but I just feel we haven't seen the best of this horse yet. 1800 meters will be no problem for him. He's nicely drawn as well, and we're hoping that in race number 6, Perco Manzano will kick off this Trackside treble. Where do we go next? Well, we're sticking with Turffontein, and it will be race number 9 over 1450 meters. And I think I found you one here. I don't think this horse is going to be priced up favorite as well. And it's the Terry Hewitson combination, horse number 1 in Lamu. Look at his profile thus far: 5 starts, 2 wins, and 3 places. And his last start, I'm going to take a stance. I'm going to say, back from that 4 months absence, it was a creditable run, it was a good run, but I'm firmly of the opinion that he still just needed that run behind Bertoldi. When you look at his races that he's run thus far, the one race that's a clear standout in his career is his penultimate start, which was the Secretariat Stakes. And I'm going to spend some time on that form, because in that Secretariat Stakes, the winner was his stable companion, a horse called Paisley Park. And Paisley Park is unbeaten 3 from 3. And Paisley Park won his next start after winning the Secretariat Stakes, beating a horse called Vars Vicky. And Vars Vicky went on to win 3 in a row, and then traveled to Scottsville and finished second to Seeking the Stars. That was in the Bali Turk. And also in that Secretariat Stakes, second in that race was Copper Mountain. Now, Copper Mountain has gone on to finish 3rd in the Ruffian Stakes behind Catch 22. 3rd in the Gauteng Guineas behind Malmoose, and 2nd in the Group 1 Horse Chestnut Stakes behind the ruling Vodacom Durban July favorite. Got the green light. So in Lamu, if you can repeat that penultimate start, and that last start has brought him on, then I'm making the horse to beat, and hopefully he can make it 2 from 2 in the treble after Petro Manzano's win in race number 6. And then where do we close off this treble? Well, we're going to have to wait if we're running for the lucky last at Greyville on Sunday. And again, I'm going with the combination of Van Vieren and Gavin Larena, and this horse's name is Manterio, comes up in race number 9. Now, first up, I must just say, with all due respect, I've had a look at this field, and including Manterio, it is a weak maiden over this 2,000 meter trip. But this horse, he's had 5 places from 8 runs, from 1,400 up to 2,000 meters. Jockey Gavin Larena has partnered him 6 times for, 3 places. And he's nicely drawn at 3, going around this turn at Greyville over this 2,000 meter trip. And having watched him race up in Gauteng, I just get the feeling that this course, from a good draw, against this field is going to suit him ideally. The race looks tailor-made for him to break the duck, and we're hoping that he will seal the deal, Manterio, on Sunday at Greyville. Just to recap on that treble, we're going with Saturday at Turffontein, race number 6, Petro Manzano. We stick at Turffontein in race number 9, and that's going to be in Lamo, and we close that treble off on Sunday at Greyville with Manterio. What else we're going to do on the show? I said we're going to do a treble, and then we're going to do a pick 6 on World Sports Betting 1900 day. And here we go with that pick 6. So sharpen up those pencils, get that notebook out and jot down these numbers. Thus far, we've been 2 from 2 on the show. Whenever we've done a pick 6, we've only done it twice before, and it's 100% strike rate. So I'm hoping that this 100% strike rate stays intact on Sunday. Leg number 1, which will begin in race number 4, the pick 6 numbers 5, 7, 9, and 12. 5 being Rock Flight, 7 Indigo Moon, 9 2 for T, and 12 Indo Marvel. Leg number 5, well, here Do It Again, along with number 7, which is Sovereign Spirit. They look to be the standouts in the best weighted column. Of course, Do It Again, a dual Vodacom Durban July winner, loves it when he travels down to KZN, and he looks like the right horse in the race. Sovereign Spirit has to be respected. And then there's one more runner that I'd like to go with cover with here in the pick 6, and that's going to be horse number 4, Silver Operator. So the numbers in the second leg of that pick 6 will be 2, 7, and 4. Then we move along to the third leg, and here Lady of Steel does top the best weighted column, and she may prove hard to beat. The form that she's in, she has run at this track, of course, in the Willavington as a 3-year-old, so she knows the course. But I'm just on the fence with her, so for that reason, I've included cover as well in leg 3. Along with number 1, Lady of Steel, we've included 3, Ocean Forest, 7, Scented Mistress, 8, Rattle Mouse, and 12, Catch a Falling Star. So 1, 3, 7, 8, and 12 in leg number 3. Leg number 4 is the big one, the big feature on the day, a pointer to the Vodacom Durban July, the World Sports Betting 1900. And the 2020 Vodacom Durban July winner will take his place in this race. That's Bulgarian for Justin Snaith, and his horse number 8. He looks like the obvious horse in the race. I'm sure he'll be priced up in the red as well, and many will be taking the stance and going with the class horse in the field as a possible banker. I've gone with cover. We're hoping for a payout on Sunday, and the horses that I've covered Bulgarian with: number 5, Double Mint, number 7, Crown Towers, the 2 stable companions, and then the unknown in the race, a filly that's very highly thought of by her stable of Garrett Van Dale. She's hardly put a foot wrong, and she is an entry in this year's Vodacom Durban July. Yes, she's thrown in the deep end here, and she's managed to get into the race at nominations. Well, she was under sufferance. She still is number 10. She's a keeper, but we'll see how good she is. Let's see how good she is. I'm going to give her a chance for this pick 6. So 8, 5, 7, and 10. The penultimate leg of the Pick 6 is wide open. Yes, Mr. Gonzalez is a horse that's on the up. He's had back-to-back wins, but this race scares me. I think if you can afford the field, include all 14 runners. I've managed to narrow my selections down to 2, 4, 6, 7 runners, half the field, hoping it's good enough. In order of, should I say, numerical order, the horses that I've gone with. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12. 7 horses in numerical order in that penultimate leg of the Pick 6. If we're running, we'll be warming up to the lucky last, but we have no cover here. We're all in with one horse, does form part of the Trackside treble as well, and it will be horse number 3, Manterio, to close off the Pick 6. That Pick 6, I'll repeat those numbers: 5, 7, 9, and 12, by 2, 7, and 4, by 1, 3, 7, 8, and 12, by 8, 5, 7, and 10, by 7 horses in that penultimate leg: 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 14. And we close off with a banker, horse number 3. What's the spend? What's the cost? Well, we've gone cheap in our 2 previous Pick 6s. This Pick 6 costing 1,680 Rand. But you know, you can play a percentage, 10%, 168 Rand. If you want to go a bit harder, 336 Rand, that will be 20%, and that's the Pick 6. So we've done the Trackside treble, we've done the Pick 6, and now I must say that this year's Vodacom Durban July is hotting up to be a fantastic race, and one has to make their choice, make their decisions. Many will be hoping to see a few horses this weekend, and maybe in races to come, like the 3-year-old features, the Daily News and the Will Abington, and that type of fields that will be assembled there, and giving you a clear picture of this year's Vodacom Durban July. Well, I've made my decision, and I'm going to be announcing it on this show. At the end, I'm going to be announcing it on this show. Deez Dayanand's Vodacom Durban July Fancy. But before we get to that, there is this promotion that's an in-store promotion, and this is the pamphlet that you'll see in store. It's prizes to the value of 250,000 Rand. If you haven't seen it yet, well, you haven't been to a World Sports Betting store, because they're in store. What it simply is that you can win your share of 250,000 Rand in prizes. All you need to do is drop your losing tickets to the value of 5 Rand or greater into the lucky draw box that's placed whichever store that you visit. And it's called Wild Wednesdays. So this draw takes place on Wednesdays in store. And I'm told that there's fantastic prizes, and lots of the guys have won some lovely prizes in that 250,000 Rand. Win your share on Wild Wednesdays at World Sports Betting. Of course, we got that matching bonus. We're leading up to some feature races. If you haven't opened up an account yet, we'll match it up to 10,000 Rand. Yes, up to 10,000 Rand will be matched if you do your deposit. Okay, that's a wrap of the show. I mentioned my Vodacom Durban July Fancy, but I think first up, on behalf of World Sports Betting, as always, we'd like to thank all punters, but more especially and more importantly, you, the customer. And until next week, you take care. Salani Gaste. Now, for Deez Dayanand's Fancy for the 2021 Vodacom Durban July, it's over to my good friend, DJ Jazzy D. Take it away.
How do you tell the world we got the champion? We come back for you. Joe Soma, Hassan and Dubs, and Diligence of me. We got the green light coming to your town. Tell her what you want to do. Mosey and is coming with us. We don't care.